The year was shifting. The world was accelerating. And for the first time in history, humanity wasn't racing against itself. It was racing against its own creation. Artificial intelligence was no longer a tool. It was a force. A phenomenon. A global storm rewriting everything we thought we knew about work, value, talent, and meaning. People whispered the same question in offices, schools, gyms, and living rooms across America. If AI can do everything, what will be left for us? Some feared it. Others ignored it. But one man, a global icon whose life was built on discipline, identity, and evolution, looked at this new future differently. Cristiano Ronaldo. A person who reinvented himself in every stage of life now stepped into the greatest reinvention of the modern era. The reinvention of humanity. And this is where our story begins. The night the world changed. The world didn't explode. There were no robots marching down the streets. No dramatic takeover. Instead, it was quiet. Almost peaceful. One evening, a new generation of AI launched, smarter, faster, and more capable than anything before it. Within minutes, it could create films, diagnose illnesses, write code, design skyscrapers, manage businesses, compose music, and predict complex systems with stunning accuracy. People watched in awe, in fear, and in disbelief. Students asked, "Why should I study if AI knows everything?" Workers asked, "Will my job disappear?" Parents asked, "What future will my children have?" And somewhere in Europe, Cristiano Ronaldo watched the global reaction in silence, not afraid, but curious. This is not the end of human value, he thought. It is a new beginning. Because Ronaldo understood something most people didn't. When the world shifts, the ones who survive are the ones who adapt. The meeting that set the tone. Weeks later, Cristiano was invited to speak at a private global tech summit. The room was filled with the most powerful innovators on Earth, founders, investors, scientists, AI visionaries. They expected him to talk about football. Instead, he surprised them. He said, "When I was young, I didn't have talent like the others. AI reminds me of those talented players, fast, smart, naturally gifted. But I learned something. Talent without discipline is fragile. Talent without purpose is lost. Talent without humanity is empty." The room fell silent. Ronaldo continued, "AI can do everything. But it cannot be everything. And the difference between doing and being? That is where humans will win." That moment changed the tone of the entire summit. For the first time, someone had framed humanity's role in a way that was not fearful, not defensive, but empowering. The world of endless capability. Within months, AI tools became the backbone of daily life. Self-driving everything, auto-generated work, hyper-personalized medicine, perfect predictions, automated creativity. People no longer needed to write emails, design anything, learn complex skills, plan workouts, study textbooks, code software, file taxes, manage routines, even make decisions. AI could do it all, instantly. It was supposed to be paradise. But something unexpected happened. The more AI did for humanity, the less humanity understood about itself. People began losing discipline, losing identity, losing direction. If everything was being done for them, who were they supposed to become? The crisis of meaning. A strange psychological crisis spread across the world. Not poverty, not war, not recession, but emptiness. People felt unnecessary, replaceable, invisible. AI took the workload, but it also took the sense of achievement. AI took the tasks, but it also took the meaning in completing them. Millions of people were trapped in the same internal question. If the world no longer needs my skills, does it still need me? For some, this question broke them. For others, it awakened them. And for Cristiano Ronaldo, it was a call to action. Cristiano's philosophy, the last human advantage. In a broadcast watched by hundreds of millions, Cristiano spoke publicly about AI for the first time. He said, "AI can run faster than us, think faster than us, learn faster than us. But it cannot do what makes us human. It cannot suffer for a dream. It cannot fight for greatness. It cannot love, lose, rise, or reinvent itself." He paused. "Machines can replicate performance. Humans create meaning." This line spread across social media like wildfire. People finally had a narrative that did not make them small, but made them necessary. Cristiano continued, "The future will belong to those who know how to use AI without becoming dependent on it. To those who develop not only skills, but identity, discipline, and self-respect." The world listened. People felt hope again. Because Ronaldo wasn't talking about football. He was talking about the human spirit. The shift. After that speech, something changed globally. A new movement began. Not against AI, but alongside AI. People realized, if AI can do all the mechanical work, then humans must focus on what AI can't replace. Emotional intelligence. Self-discipline. Leadership. Creativity with purpose. Courage. Character. Identity. Moral judgment. Resilience. Ambition. Vision. These are not tasks. They are qualities. Machines can outperform humans, but they cannot outvalue them. And as the world adapted to the new era, Cristiano became one of its unexpected philosophical voices. Not because he was a scientist, not because he was a futurist, but because he lived his life as proof of the ultimate human truth. You cannot automate greatness. The question we must all answer. The world was changing. AI was getting stronger, faster, more capable. And the question that started the crisis returned. But now with a new meaning. AI can do everything. But what will we choose to do? Cristiano believed the answer was simple. We will do what makes us human. We will grow. We will fight. We will rise. We will create. We will dream. We will lead. We will become. And this became the foundation for the next phase of our story. The part where humanity begins to carve its new identity. The stadium was silent when Cristiano's voice sliced through the air again. People keep asking me, he said, staring directly into the lights, Cristiano, aren't you afraid? AI runs faster, learns faster, creates faster. So what will be left for us? He smirked, just slightly. That question shows how little we understand power. And with that, our perspective shifted again, from the personal story of struggle in part 1 to the global transformation shaking the world. The world opens its eyes. When AI first exploded into the mainstream, it felt like a tidal wave crashing onto humanity's shore. Some people froze. Some panicked. Some ran to embrace it. But one truth became immediately clear: AI wasn't a tool anymore, it became infrastructure. It diagnosed diseases faster than doctors. It analyzed markets faster than traders. It processed data faster than entire corporations. And for the first time in history, the average person began asking, if AI can do everything, what am I supposed to become? That question didn't belong to the tech elite anymore. It belonged to everyone: the truck driver, the teacher, the office worker, the student who didn't know what career to choose. The world was changing not slowly, but violently. And as always, change creates two kinds of people. 1, those who adapt. 2, those who wait. Waiting became a luxury nobody could afford. Cristiano's answer to the future. Cristiano took a slow breath. I have lived through this before, he said. Not with machines, but with people saying I wasn't enough. He stepped forward. Listen carefully. AI can take your tasks, but it cannot take your hunger. The stadium lit up. AI knew patterns. AI knew optimization. AI knew prediction. But AI didn't know identity. It didn't know what it felt like to lose everything and stand up again. It didn't know pride. It didn't know heartbreak. It didn't know that fire inside a person that whispers, I am not done, even when the whole world declares the opposite. Machines can copy talent, he continued. But they cannot copy the part of you that refuses to quit. The dividing line. In the new era, humanity split into two groups. Group 1, the consumers of AI. People who used AI to do their work for them. Fast, easy, comfortable. They produced more than ever, but grew weaker inside. Their creativity dulled. Their instincts rusted. Their character softened. Because when a machine lifts all your weight, your muscles disappear. Group 2, the partners of AI. These people didn't fear AI. They didn't worship AI. They trained with it. They used it like Ronaldo used resistance bands. To sharpen what already lived inside them. AI wasn't their replacement. It was their amplifier. And slowly, this second group became something entirely new. Humans who could think at the speed of machines, but feel at the depth of humanity. This was the birth of the augmented generation. A generation not defined by what AI could do, but by what it allowed humans to become. The Ronaldo principle of the new era. A journalist once asked Cristiano, why do you still train harder than the rest? You already have everything. Cristiano answered, because comfort is the enemy that smiles. This principle became the new rule of the AI age. If a machine does something for you, you must grow somewhere else. AI writes? Then you deepen your ideas. AI calculates? Then you strengthen your judgment. AI predicts? Then you build your intuition. AI optimizes? Then you cultivate your boldness. AI gives you shortcuts? Then you push yourself further. AI opens doors? Then you walk through them with courage. AI will always be faster. But humans can still become wiser. The human traits AI cannot touch. Cristiano raised his hand, and the stadium lights dimmed. There are 4 things AI cannot imitate, he said. Not fully. Not ever. And the screens behind him lit up. 1. Desire. Machines don't crave victory. They only execute. 2. Meaning. AI can tell you how to live, but not why. 3. Suffering. Pain builds depth. Depth builds greatness. No machine bleeds. 4. Soul. Call it spirit, energy, identity. That invisible force that pushes a human beyond logic. AI can simulate emotion, but it will never truly feel. These 4 things, Cristiano said, are what make you irreplaceable. The turning point of humanity. As AI accelerated, something unexpected happened. People didn't become obsolete. They became more aware. Aware of how long they had been asleep. Aware of how much they had outsourced to routine. Aware of how little they had challenged themselves. AI became the mirror humanity had avoided for decades. Forcing everyone to see. We are capable of more than we ever attempted. Not because we must compete with machines, but because machines finally removed our excuses. The question we can no longer avoid. Near the end of his speech, Cristiano looked directly into the camera. If AI can handle the work, he said softly, then what will you do with the life it frees? The audience froze. What will you build? Now that the world has no limits? Who will you become? Now that time is no longer your enemy? What dream will you finally dare to chase? Because you cannot hide behind, "I'm too busy" anymore. Silence. Then Cristiano delivered the line that would echo across the world. AI will not replace the person who chooses to rise. Cristiano stepped into the center of the stadium one last time. No lights. No fireworks. Just him, and the truth the world needed to hear. AI will change everything, he said quietly. But it cannot change you unless you let it. The final shift, from fear to responsibility. For years humanity asked the wrong question. Will AI replace us? But the real question was much simpler. Will we replace ourselves with comfort? Because AI doesn't destroy people. Comfort does. People who stop learning. People who stop trying. People who stop fighting for a life that inspires them. Cristiano pointed to the crowd. You are not losing to a machine. You are losing to the weaker version of yourself. And suddenly, everything became clear. What humans will always own. Even in the most automated future, 3 things remain ours. 1. Vision. Machines can calculate, but only humans can dream. 2. Courage. AI avoids risk. Humans grow through it. 3. Identity. A machine can simulate you, but it will never be you. Your past. Your story. Your scars. Your fire. They cannot be copied. These are your weapons. Your advantage. Your edge. Cristiano's last lesson. Before leaving the stage, Cristiano said something no one expected. AI is not the competitor. It is the assistant. You are still the athlete. Then he paused. And the world still needs champions. Not perfect people. Not geniuses. Not superhumans. Just individuals who refuse to settle. Who choose growth over comfort. Effort over excuses. Action over fear. The final message to the new generation. If AI does everything for us, then our mission becomes simple. Become someone worth amplifying. Someone whose discipline cannot be automated. Someone whose vision cannot be manufactured. Someone whose story cannot be duplicated. The future will not belong to machines. It will belong to humans who know how to use them. Cristiano looked up one last time. Stand up. Wake up. Show up. The era of real greatness begins now. And with that, the stadium roared, the world shifted, and a new generation stepped forward. The generation that will work with AI and surpass anything humanity has ever imagined.